6-6. This game is a really tricky game because now after last night, you know that the Colts are a team that are serious, and Gardner Minshew is getting to write his story finally in the NFL because now he has the confidence of the coach, he got the confidence of the locker room, and he probably playing with other than what he did in Philadelphia last year. He's playing with his best offense as a starter for him. You know what I mean? He was a backup in Philadelphia. Let's keep it real, okay? So this is good because at the end of the day, the only way, and I said this to myself was before the season even started, the only way that the Colts are truly going to win is by starting Gardner Minshew. I like Anthony Richardson as well too. I saw the great potential in Anthony Richardson as well too. But he's a project situation. You should have Mahomes the situation. Let him learn the game. Let him learn. And I think you could have got back two of those losses that you have as well too. This team could easily be 9-3 right now. And you know what? Gardner's getting more confident by the week, but they're not saying much about that stellar defense. Zaire Franklin is an absolute monster. You know what I mean? And the guy is a old school type player. He sits up there, he talks a lot of trash to the offense, things like that. He gets in guys' heads, and he moves from there. Great player. And the culture playing just absolute great football right now. And I know it sounds crazy right now, Jeff, but if I was looking at a future bet for a division winner, I would probably go place a nice little wager on the Colts right now to win the AFC South. Because right now, if we were in a horse race, the Jaguars are losing momentum. And the team that's gaining the biggest momentum is the Colts. Everybody says, "How you gonna skip back past the Texans?" The Texans are barely winning games, dude. Okay, let's keep it real. The Texans' last 5 games are going to be very crucial towards moving forward. They got 3 divisional games. They got a game, and then they got probably a gimme in their next game with the Jets. But that's not a gimme because at the end of the day, CJ's never played against a defense that good. And you know what? You guys can. I love CJ Stroud. You're getting 350, but your team's only scoring 22 points, 21 points, 20 points. That doesn't really merit to you being an MVP. It just merits that you're getting a lot of junk stats within those games, and those games are being played much more closely than you pretty much they would be if, say, the team you were playing had a better offense. You know what I mean? So pretty much the way I see this one is kind of tricky because I like the Colts here, but I know the Colts can actually afford to lose. That's the funniest thing about this game. They can actually afford to lose. And they're 7-5 right now. They're in the playoff position as well, too. And you know what? Jake Browning, I'm going to be real short here. I talked to Jeff about it earlier on the show. Jake Browning was a 4-year starter at Washington, okay? He was considered a first round pick his senior year as well, too, a late pick in the 20s. Okay. And he was a part of the class that had Herbert, um, Burrow, and Tua. All right. And this was like the golden age of quarterbacks in college football for guys that started fresh out of high school and finished their careers as the senior starter of the team. So when you got a guy who's played over 40 some odd games, 50 some odd games in college football, he's going to present one of the best type of backups or best type of starters as long as he gets the playbook. As long as he can understand the playbook, he should be good. And that's exactly what Browning did. He understands what the playbook is. And then when you hand him 3 Pro Bowl caliber receivers, 2 very reliable tight ends, and then at the end of the day, if Joe Mixon doesn't punch that girl in the face, Joe Mixon was a top 5 pick. Let's keep it real. Joe Mixon is one of the more versatile running backs in the NFL. He's top 3 when it comes to running and catching, dude. And he doesn't get enough props because people are always holding his past up against him. And you know what? Boo-hoo to you. Because at the end of the day, we all got passed. Joe Mixon's an absolute monster. And Joe Mixon is making me very confident in taking the Bengals on Sunday. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the Bengals with the plus 115. And you know what? Shout out to the Bengals last night for covering that plus 10 as well, too. I really appreciate that.
It's kind of funny in regards to no one gave them a shot last night, Pops. The fact of the matter is that um, we saw them basically in a nutshell 9 point underdogs, and you could tell early after Jacksonville scored, ETN scored the first touchdown when they came right back, and Chase to Browning was a part of the offense, and Joe Mixon allowed that by having not just some great runs, but some good catches and runs afterward. And then, of course, the winning field goal to win it. Now, Trevor Lawrence with a high ankle sprain, in comes CJ Beathard. My true number has this Colts -1 with a 42.5. Now it's 1 with a 40.5. Browning versus Beathard, where actually, hold on one second here. I'm confusing here. Browning versus Minshew. And the game here, I was just got confused there for a second there. I apologize. This Colts team quietly is just now 7-5, Pops. And what are they doing? No Jonathan Taylor, move in Zach Moss. No Anthony Richardson, move in Minshew. Pittman quietly having a good year. Short week, quick turnaround. We remember what we saw last. I bought the hook. I got the Bengals +3. But again, don't expect Browning to be that Browning that you saw on Monday. And we have seen a Jekyll and Hyde in the Colts with Gardner Minshew. So which defense is the strongest here? I'm hoping it's a close game. Even if the Colts find a way to win at 40, this could be your classic first one to 21 or 23 wins. Give me the Bengals +3, but it's a definite coin toss, Pops.
All right. And you know what? I'm just going to end it with this. The reason why I'm really heavy on the Bengals is because I just